Fuck my life. What's good? My name is Jeff.
And I'm Will.
Welcome to BrewBros. And we're back.
And today we have a very special episode. We are reviewing actually a barrel-aged stout, which ultimately is a lot different than standard beers, is because typically in beers they're brewed and everything, and the flavor of the malts and the hops are what present themselves. But barrel-aged are very good because they brew the beer and then they actually, just like what they say in the name, let it age in a barrel for a long time. In this case, it's bourbon. So today we're going to be reviewing the Dragon's Milk Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout. I think it's going to be pretty good.
So, do you think because it's aged in barrels that it actually has higher alcohol percentage?
Absolutely. In this case, it's actually 11% alcohol by volume. And in a big old bottle like this, I think that's going to pack quite a punch.
Do you think we'll be out of it by the end of this video?
I think we're starting it pretty out of it, so let's see where it takes us. I think the first thing to actually talk about is just how this actually looks. This, looking through that, it's pitch black. You can't see through it at all. There's a lot going on in this.
Why don't we first start off smelling these type of beers, try to see what we initially get?
Yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. You can smell the bourbon, that's for sure.
On top of that, do you get that hint of vanilla?
Yeah, a little bit vanilla, a little bit of that stout coffee smell as well. I mean, ultimately, I would rank it in bourbon, vanilla, stout. But yeah, you're right. You can totally smell the vanilla that comes in this.
I personally feel like the bourbon takes over a lot of the beer. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we're not gonna notice that until we actually take a try, right?
Yeah, but I think that's also what they're kind of looking for in this case. It's just for the bourbon to really present itself for it. So
why don't we try it? Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo. Okay.
Whoa.
That's intense.
That is strong. That's almost like taking a shot there.
I mean, definitely you're thinking that it's gonna be a milky flavor, right? Because that's essentially what they're telling you.
It says Dragon's Milk, so I would assume that.
That is not milk. I'll tell you that right.
For sure.
Yeah.
That is a strong flavor. You can really, really taste that bourbon. We're talking about beers that can be drank totally on their own. Don't necessarily pair with food or anything like that. They've got enough flavors going on where
definitely
they stand alone and are looking pretty good. And so I'd say this is one of those. If you're a real big bourbon drinker, Scotch, like the brown alcohols, this is fantastic. Just because very high alcohol percentage, ultimately pretty good flavor all around. Where I like it though is it kind of reminds me of that Five Threads porter that we had in a recent episode, where there's a lot of different flavors going on. It presents itself with the bourbon first, and then you kind of taste the stout, and then there is that chocolatey malty flavor afterwards. There is a lot going on there, whereas bourbon alone, it has its flavor. There actually is a dynamic profile when you drink it.
So for sure, this is something that you don't want to just drink once. This is something that you have to definitely try multiple times in order to kind of develop those type of flavors.
Oh, for sure.
But for sure, first flavor, bourbon. Second one is vanilla. And third one is that chocolatey flavor.
Yeah.
Only because it is a stout at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. You do get that creamy flavor at the very end. It is not something subtle like the other stouts that we have tried.
Oh, for sure.
But I mean, now it comes down to the rating. What would you give it?
See, it's kind of tough for me. It's definitely not something that bodes well for hot weather or anything like.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Fuck my life.
Moving on. I don't think it bodes well necessarily for the hot weather. Ultimately, I think it's actually a pretty good all-around beer. Like it has a lot of flavor, a lot of stuff to it. So I'd give it a 7, just because like it's not what I'm reaching for immediately, but it does. Like if you're looking for a one-off beer, got some good flavor. What do you think?
So for me, definitely, obviously with my little accident that I just had here, unintentional, but essentially like. Just as Will said, it is something that you wouldn't get on a normal basis, but if you actually are trying to get to a certain level real fast, is the beer for you. For me, Absolutely. It would actually be an 8. However, it does have that strong bourbon taste, which like kind of puts me down a little bit.
It's not for the
from like a 9, but even with that, I would rate this an 8.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it is ultimately pretty dang good, but it is not for the lighthearted. It's not for the people that are not experienced beer drinkers.
Definitely
like, there's a lot going on here. But ultimately, I like it. Please let us know what you guys think in the comments. And again,
hey, like, comment, and subscribe.
Please let us know if you guys think of anything in the future.